Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft here on the channel. Well, I say an episode of Minecraft. Today's going to be a lot less of Minecraft play, as it is going to be with giving you some information about some experiences that I've had in the past couple of days, mainly with a couple of versions of loading up the game, and I hope that this serves to be beneficial to you as well. So, as you can see here, this is the standard Minecraft loader for the game. And, I've had a lot of really good experience playing on just the base version of the game. And I've even started to dabble a little bit with a couple of different mods as well. But when it comes to really enhancing the overall experience that you have with Minecraft. And I'm saying this based off of personal experience, not because I'm being paid to, because let's be real, I'm not big enough to have that type of a sponsorship yet. Hopefully at some point in the future I can have something along those lines. But I've recently started running the game through Multi-MC instead of the standard Minecraft launcher. And that's because Multi-MC allows you to run a lot of different things at a higher capacity, including but not limited to work that I've done with the replay mod, which you'll see some footage of recent replays that I've done in the hardcore series that, well, we'll talk about that here in a minute as well. But recently I was trying to make sure that I could get the game working on the most recent and up-to-date version, which is 1.16.2. And the problem that I was running into here is when you're trying to run, well, let's just open up the instance notes here and bring those over here. So when you're trying to run the replay mod, you need to have Fabric, or the Fabric loader, added into your game, which the nice thing about Multi-MC is you can install Fabric and Forge right here in the sidebar. And Fabric, again, is what you need in order to run the replay mod, which I'll have the link for the replay mod, Multi-MC, and a couple of the other tools that you'll need in the description of this video for your reference. But one big problem that I started to run into is with the loader mods that you needed. If you want to run Optifine along with your Fabric version of the game, you need to be running a version of Optifabric. And that's where some of the discovery that I've ran into for today's video really comes into its own. So let's get that pulled up here. So here we are over on curseforge.com, where a lot of the really cool mod tools for the replay mod and other items can be found. And here we have a mod called Optifabric. And Optifabric, what that does is it allows Optifine to work within the Fabric loader. And there is that workaround. I guess we can pull the notes back up here for the instance that we were working with. You can still run Optifine on the Forge loader, but the problem is then you no longer have access to the replay mod and the replay mod functions there, unless there's some really hefty tweaking that I'm not familiar with when it comes to setting that up. And for the longest time, the Optifabric mod has been developed by a user by the name of Modmus50. And as you can see, he's had a lot of different versions of this available that date all the way back to 1.14, a bunch of different iterations through there, and you'll see that it even goes up through the 1.16.1 version, which is what I've been using most recently in my hardcore playthrough. And I was refreshing this page pretty consistently, trying to or looking for an update for 1.16.1 and wondering when it was going to happen, when it was going to occur, when it was going to be made available so I could port everything over to the newest and most up-to-date version of the game, because I want to be able to play around with horizontal chains and be terrified by the piglin brutes and a bunch of other stuff like that. But I was having, just to sit here waiting and wondering when, if this was going to come available. And then something was brought to my attention, because I was on the Replay Mod the Replay Mod Discord server, and I just raised my my voice in a question and asked about having access to the Optifabric for 1.16.2, and I was linked a post to this page here, which indicates, I'll read the first little bit of it just so you can get a general idea, which is old habits die hard. Recently, ModMus50, the creator of the Optifabric mod, announced that they're dropping support of the Optifabric and that they are dropping support of the Optifabric and recommends using Sodium instead, which is a different loader similar to Fabric and Forge. Sodium is an open source mod and is far better for optimizing the Minecraft client. However, old habits die hard, and so for dumb reasons, and that is the mod creator here that we'll get to in just a moment, I can't help but be lured back into the comfort of Optifine due to past familiarity and connected glass textures. He then goes on to speak a little bit about the lengths that he's taken to allow this resource to continue to work. And so with that, we now have a new version of the Optifabric in its updated variety, which is being produced by Andrews 54757. And you can see here, this is running on the 1.16.2 version of the game. It was released 4 days ago, and I was a little skeptical at first, or hesitant, I guess I should say, but upon getting our version of MultiMC 4.16.2 put up, you can see that the versions all coincide over here, and then the loader mods have the file that's outlined over here, the updated 1.1.0 beta 2 for 1.16.2 in the Optifabric genre, as well as the preview for Optifine 1.16.2 and the replay mod capabilities here. And if we launch this instance of the game, you'll see here that we have a couple of things starting up, a bunch of different things that I will now walk over to this side of the screen just as it gets up and loading. But you'll see here that we now have the up-to-date version of the game in 1.16.2, the version pre-1 of Optifine, as well as the modded fabric and the replay viewer option here. So I'm really happy to see that this is something that has been started up as well as it has, or has continued even under the works of a different developer. And as we load up our little testing world that we have here, you will see, for those of you who are familiar with the replay mod and the controls that you have for it, is you of course have the recording option over here, and you can change that so it's not recording automatically or initially off of its setup where you don't want it to be. But you'll also see that we now have our Optifine properties present with this as well. And I'll probably actually take this seed and end up using it in a different version of a playthrough here. But I'm really happy to see that this project has been picked up and is going to continue, and wanted to bring this up so those of you who have been looking for or waiting for support of Optifabric to be integrated into the game so you can continue to make your own creations using the replay mod without needing to sacrifice the use of Optifabric as well, or Optifine and Optifabric consequently as well. Now, one thing that I do need to mention here that is a little bit unfortunate is, as I was doing some of my grinding off camera in my hardcore world to hopefully get a video put together for today, I had a very unfortunate mishap that took place where I ran into one too many skeletons in a soul sand valley, and despite having soul speed 3 on my boots, I sustained a rather large fall that gave me a lot of fall damage, and also just so happened to come in contact with some lava, which took me out quicker than I would have liked to have. So unfortunately, the hardcore series that I have going is currently, well, out of commission. And we will eventually revisit the hardcore series, as I do believe that that is something that will be quite a bit of fun to do. But I'm going to be taking a break from it for a little bit. My schedule for the next couple months is going to be very hectic. I'm still going to be bringing daily uploads from many different games, including the Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 video, the new Avengers game that's coming to PS4, as well as Minecraft, Breath of the Wild, and other video series that I have in the plans and in the works. So don't worry about missing out on content. The Minecraft is going to take a little bit of a backseat, or especially the hardcore series is going to be put on the back burner for a while until I can get things put together. But I did want to make sure that you were aware of how to now use the replay mod with Optifine, even on the most recent version, where we now have a new developer working on that Optifabric mod. And I don't know if you're watching this, but Andrews, if you are, thank you so much for continuing the use of that and for your public use. I will make sure that your page for the Optifabric mod that you have been working on so diligently makes its way into the description of my video here, so others can appreciate and learn from and continue the use of your resource, as I am grateful for it and many other people will be as well. So thanks again for watching. I hope that this has been helpful and informative to you. Must-Mod 50, I know that you're moving on to bigger and better things that are better worth your time, and I thank you for the work that you've put in for that thus far. And Andrews and your crew, thanks so much for picking up that project to allow those of us that really enjoy the Optifine and replay mod features to continue to enjoy that as well. So thanks for watching, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye-bye.